Let's meet the competitors in our third match of the evening in men's medium heavyweight, the Grand Prix semifinal with a 10-minute time limit. Training out of San Diego, California, and representing Atos, Ronaldo Júnior.
Ronaldo Júnior, the human highlight reel from Atos Jiu-Jitsu, Pan Am champion, American Nationals champion, makes his way to the first ever IBJJF FloGrappling Grand Prix.
Man, walking out to an absolute banger of a song as well. And, you know, the possessor of such an explosive, such a cardio-intensive game, really expect what FloGrappling is called the human highlight reel to put on a show here today.
Training out of New York, New York, and representing Unity, Maisa Bastos.
Maisa Bastos is going to be going up against Ronaldo Júnior. Well, that is certainly not Maisa Bastos, but I imagine Maisa versus Ronaldo would be a great match. It's actually Manuel Ribamar here out on the mat, making his way unfazed by the introduction.
Yeah, Manuel Ribamar, European champion, Pan champion, World No-Gi champion, makes his way. This is the passing machine versus the guard-playing master. We got Ribamar, Ronaldo Júnior. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Jake Watson.
Let's take a look at this. Similar in height, weight, and nearly in age. Typically a medium heavyweight competitor is Manuel Ribamar. Ronaldo Júnior seeming to not really mind the gap between middleweight and medium heavyweight, as he's competed even as heavy as heavyweight. So we'll see how this match plays out. And the men's GP gets started. Big grip from Ronaldo Júnior right off the bat. Ronaldo in the blue, Manuel Ribamar in the white. Big kick. You could hear the noise on that from Ronaldo Júnior. Loves to use these foot sweeps, and Manuel Ribamar returns a little foot sweep of his own. In the corner of Ribamar, Rodrigo Pinheiro and his wife, Nacheli de Jesus. And in the corner of Ronaldo, his brother, Kleber de Souza.
Yeah, I think we've seen more stand-up in this match so far than we have in the entire event so far. You know, a lot of guard pulling right away, but this is a little bit of a different match. I think we're going to see Ronaldo, you know, looking to score the top position, passing right away, as we call them, the pasador, looking to score early against Guardero and Manuel Ribamar, if you can get him down. Ribamar getting the grips, trying to, you know, motion with a little foot sweep, trying to get maybe Ronaldo to change his base, so if he does pull guard, he'll have him in a good position to set up whatever guard position he wants. Sometimes the stand-up game isn't necessarily specific for takedown setups, but a lot of it's just to get to guard position that you want. Isn't that right, Jake Watson?
I definitely think so, Ricardo Amendolia, and I think that both competitors are using this really measured approach at the beginning of the match here, because they know that the implications of giving up a free pass or giving up a position like, for let's say, Ronaldo, getting that snowball going, getting his passing style, which just drowns people. It drowns people. Almost every match that he has, it seems like it's just such a taxing thing to defend the guard passing. As we see Manuel Ribamar shooting pretty Leandro Lo-esque double leg, snapping the grips up. We know that Manuel Ribamar trained with the late Leandro Lo and was a very dear friend of his. Ronaldo Júnior coming out of Atos Jiu-Jitsu, run by Andre Galvão, and all the monsters down in that training room.
Yeah, one of the greatest training rooms in the world, as we know, Atos Jiu-Jitsu. But Ribamar is just, you know, not intimidated. Motion for that single leg there earlier on. Now looking for a little, again, he just keeps like kind of almost like faking these takedown attempts, just trying to maybe get Ronaldo to move or switch his base, but Ronaldo is just unfazed by everything he's doing so far.
Yeah, and as he's sitting here from the commentary booth, Ricardo, you can really see the intensity starting to ramp up from both competitors. They are forehead to forehead. The grips are being made, and you can see the the white on their knuckles. The kicks being thrown to the shins are just loud. Both competitors are certainly bringing a certain tenacity into the ring. Nothing that Ronaldo Júnior is not a stranger to.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it at home, but I've heard like about 5 sounds of 5 karate kicks so far. Just the gi cracking, you know, just with the aggressive attacks from both Ronaldo and Ribamar.
Ronaldo doing a measured approach to circle away from the corner there so as not to give up a potential advantage. Ronaldo, a very experienced competitor as well. Oh, a big Tomoyanagi attempt over the top. We'll see if that nets an advantage, and it does. Ronaldo, first place at the IBJJF Pan Championship in 2020, and Ribamar returning a takedown attempt of his own. Ribamar had a big victory prior to the pandemic at the IBJJF European Open in 2020. So both these competitors are no stranger to the highest level of the finals of competition. And already we're seeing a couple big takedown attempts exchanged from both of these two.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Tomoyanagi attempt there. I want to see that replay. You know, Ronaldo trying to, you know, like I said, unfazed by Ribamar's takedown attempts, and wanted to show him, okay, I'll show you what I got too. And, you know, now we back to the feet. Quite a different matchup than we've seen earlier on with the female GP so far. Again, Ronaldo pulling close guard right away. You know, smart strategy, playing, you know, playing guard against the guard player.
Well, he went for the Tomoyanagi again, and upon Ribamar trying to react to it with a jumping over pass attempt, he was able to lock that close guard, and that's the highest level of jiu-jitsu. There were like 3 or 4 small moments there, big exchanges that they reacted to within a second. That's the highest level of jiu-jitsu.
What looked like one motion was 3.
Yes,
Jake
absolutely,
Watson.
absolutely. Now we'll see if Ronaldo initiates. You see him right here gripping the right hand on the lapel, left arm on the lasso. This is something he does very well. It's one of his preferred ways to play guard. You have to decide, what am I going to deal with first? Am I going to deal with the lasso on my right arm, or am I going to deal with the lapel on my left? And now Ribamar is forced to sort of make a choice between those two. And the game plan is for, in Ribamar making a decision of which way he's going to pass, Ronaldo's going to open an attack. It could be a single leg with the lapel. It could be an omoplata on the left arm.
Ronaldo Júnior up by 1 advantage, 5 minutes, 12 seconds left to go. Look at that foot on the lapel against Ribamar. Ribamar picking his attacks here, trying to get a good combat base there, trying to escape the lapel grips, but very, very tough to do. You mentioned Ronaldo Júnior, you know, look how things have changed. You know, the passing machine on bottom, you know, playing with an open guard here against Ribamar.
Yeah, and make no mistake, the passing game of Manuel Ribamar is not to be scoffed at. He trained extensively at the NS Brotherhood, and in his time down there at Unity, he also trained with Murilo Santana, who has a great passing game. We've seen Manuel Ribamar also make incredible comebacks versus Claudio Calasanz, who's a ADCC double gold and also an IBJJF world champion. So down by 1 advantage is not a big lead, but it is a lead.
Ronaldo Júnior, as we mentioned, World Pan Am champion, American Nationals champion, Ribamar, European Pan champion, World Nogi champion. Both men have a ton of accolades. Both men getting pretty chippy in the stand-up. But Júnior up by 1-0 still. If Ronaldo can score with maybe a takedown or sweep it right up, maybe that Tomoyanagi again, he'll be up on points and an advantage, but Ribamar just fending him off here.
Seems like whenever Ronaldo feels threatened by the upright attacks of Manuel Ribamar, he shoots his hips back very far. You see, Ribamar is okay with standing completely upright. I don't think he expects a double leg or a single leg out of Ronaldo. He expects more of the judo game plan. Ronaldo has definitely engaged in a lot of his judo training with Dominique Bell down there at Atos Jiu-Jitsu, who's a huge proponent of judo. Oh, we see Ribamar in on a shot. He's got the single leg. The leg is up, and he's taking Ronaldo down to the ground. Going out of bounds. Will he drag him back in the center? They get reset.
Yeah, that was an awesome single leg attempt there by Ribamar. And Júnior, you know, almost fled the mat there for a second, so it'll be interesting to see how the referee restarts here. They're going to restart in the same position. This is a very, very good position to restart the match here for Ribamar. If he can maybe, I'm not going to say he's got to hop to the back, but maybe if he can trip one of the legs to get him down. He's in a good scoring position. Always some controversy regarding the restarts.
Yeah, Ronaldo definitely not okay with the right-hand grip of Manuel Ribamar. And, you know, that was the first takedown offensively that we've seen almost work out for Ribamar. He sat Ronaldo down on his butt for a second. So we have to wonder, is that going to be an advantage? Technically, he did get Ronaldo down to the ground for a second.
Yeah, it was see what...
he bounced right back up.
There it is, hook in for Ribamar. Junior defending the second one off to the side.
Huge moment. He's keeping the arm drag active, but it looks like it's going to end up in a closed guard. Will he find a potential armbar off of it? Great work from Ronaldo. Now looking for a shot of his own.
Ronaldo now pulling guard right away.
And immediately going for that Tsumironagi once again, but this time met with a knee in the middle by Ribamar.
It changes things here. Ribamar now up by 2 advantages to 1 over Ronaldo Júnior.
And this is a precarious position for Ronaldo too, Ricardo, because you can see the right arm of Ribamar is around that underhook. He's got a grip on the collar. If Ronaldo opens up and isn't careful with his space, that right knee could turn into a knee cut very quickly.
The tactics of Ribamar are very impressive in this match. He's been buying his time. It's, you know, just he's playing it safe here. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get called, but if things open up, Ronaldo could get back to his feet, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But with 2 minutes left, Jake Watson, things have changed. Ribamar looking for a nice foot on lapel sweep attempt there, trying to Ronaldo trying to off-balance Ribamar with that foot in the lapel. Referee stops the action once again. 1 minute and 48 seconds left in this match.
Yeah, with that big takedown attempt earlier, Ribamar mixing these two up. As so much action is happening, I'm mixing them up. Ribamar netted himself 2 advantages. And now we're seeing Ronaldo get under the leg. Will he turn into 50-50, or will he come up on this takedown? Big moment.
Ronaldo Júnior coming up on the takedown. Ribamar doing a great job of shucking it off. And I think, you know, this is where we're going to see Ronaldo really open things up. Pulling guard once again, getting that left leg in for the lasso.
And once again, able to initiate this one hand on the lasso. Will he get the other hand on the lapel? You see him inching his hand down. And this is a great spot to be if you're in the lead, but it's a little difficult to engage attacks from here. You see him trying to get an arm drag to come up on a takedown. And in these clutch moments, Ricardo, you have to imagine, is it going to be the cardio of Ronaldo Júnior that is going to play a dividend here? He's able to keep going in these moments of the fight, in these deep waters of the match. But Ribamar so far is just locked down, making grips that mitigate the movement of Ronaldo.
It is again, Ronaldo trying to get on top, but Ribamar just shutting him down. 40 seconds left. And it's in these circumstances where, you know, the person down by advantages goes for broke. Oh, it almost gets a sweep there. I was going to say, you know, he gets the desperation, starts to sit in as you see Ronaldo going for everything. He's trying to get the arm drag. And Ribamar with that right arm underhook shuts it down, gets his back to the mat. 25 seconds left. Ribamar does have a negative, so it's technically 1-1. Ronaldo could win this if he could get some sort of offensive movement, crashing into the television.
And breaking the TV, actually. Seems that the TV is now a little bit dimmer on that side due to the takedown attempt of Ronaldo. And you're right, Ricardo, this is such an important part of the match. If Ribamar keeps on backing up, he could get another penalty, and Ronaldo could steal this in the last 15 seconds.
14 seconds, everything you got. Ronaldo versus Ribamar. Ronaldo looking to get an entry, shaking Ribamar, leaping, trying to get past the guard, but as they edge towards the match, the edge of the mat, sorry.
Ribamar falling onto a chair. 3 seconds left. Ronaldo's going to get one last big takedown attempt, but it looks like it's going to be Manuel Ribamar moving on to the final of the IBJJF Black Belt Grand Prix. His shot at $10,000, and the winner of Izaki Bayens and Andre Porfirio. He really did what I consider the key to victory, was he was able to mitigate the movement of Ronaldo Júnior in this match, and in some clutch moments got that single leg, netted 2 advantages, and was able to maintain that lead for the rest of the time.
Yeah, this was a tremendously different match than we've seen earlier on the women's GP. It'll be interesting to see how things shake up in the finals.